Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today I am going to discuss about what are complex numbers. So in this video you will learn what are complex numbers, notation of complex numbers, real numbers, the subsets of complex numbers and the pure imaginary numbers. So first of all move toward what are complex numbers. Basically a complex number is a number that can be written in the form of a plus b iota. Here a and b both are real numbers and iota represents imaginary unit. Here iota is called imaginary number and it is equal to iota square equals to -1, or we can say that iota equals to square root of -1. For any complex number a plus b iota, this a is called real part and this b is called imaginary part. So next move toward notation of complex numbers. Complex numbers can be defined as ordered pairs. Like we can say that complex numbers are basically two-dimensional numbers and we can denote them as ordered pair x, y. Here x and y both are real numbers. And that they can be interpreted as points in the complex plane with rectangular coordinates x and y, just as real numbers are thought as a point on real line. Like if we take here a real line r, then any real number can be set as a point on this real line r. Similarly, if we take the complex plane, like here is x-axis, the real part, and here is y-axis, the imaginary part. So if we take any point in this plane, here if we take I take this point here, it is I take 2 and here is 3, then this point will be 2, 3 and I can write it as 2 plus 3 iota. So that's all about our the representation or notation of complex numbers. Next, it is customary to denote a complex number by x, y, or we denote it by z. So it's customary to denote the complex number as z, like as we denote real numbers as r, so we denote any complex number as z. Next, I'm going to discuss about real numbers, and we say that these real numbers are the subsets of complex numbers. When real numbers x are displayed as point x0, then this is we can clearly say that it is the subset of a complex number. Like if you see that if I take any real number 1, 2, 3, I can write it as 1 plus 0 iota, 2 plus 0 iota. Here imaginary part is 0. So we can say that the real numbers are subsets of complex numbers and these subsets have 0 imaginary part. Similarly, if I take it as this, then all the real numbers will be denoted on this line because this axis is 0 at this point. So I take all the points on this line. Next, move toward pure imaginary numbers. Complex numbers of the form 0y correspond to the point on y-axis and are called imaginary numbers when y equals to 0. These are also the subsets of complex numbers with 0 real part. Here we take the real part as 0, like if I take the real complex number b equals to 0 plus 2 iota, then this is called the pure imaginary number. Similarly, if I denote it on complex plane, then it will be of this form. All of pure imaginary numbers will be on this line y-axis. Because x-axis is 0, that's why we take all the points on y-axis. That's all about our today's lecture. Good luck and Allah Hafiz.